What's up, family? Welcome back to another episode of Two Plays Ahead. I am your host. I am Coach Sean. I'm glad that you guys are back with us, man. Listen, I'm telling you, man. Man, we gotta talk, y'all. We gotta talk, man. We have a lot of things to talk about, man. We had a lot of feedback. People were really going crazy in the comment sections. And I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited that really got you guys' creative juices going, man. I'm super excited about that. Once again, we wanna just be able to let you guys see things from the lens of a point guard. Which is quite interesting for everybody because everybody don't think like that. So we gonna keep this thing going. Welcome back to Two Plays Ahead podcast. Man, I am joined by my boy Will. Will, say what's up to the people.
Man, what up, man? Hey, what up, Coach, man? Hey, you did it last week, though.
Oh man, listen, I was so humbled, man.
I seen it, man. I seen the Instagram going up, man.
Crazy, huh?
Hey, this gonna be another one.
Man,
I feel the energy.
Listen, I'm excited, man. I'm excited because I'm interested to see the feedback that we're gonna have today. Yeah. EJ, man, what's up?
Good.
EJ
Good.
on the ones and twos once again. Listen, man, today, y'all, I'm jumping straight into this thing.
Let's go.
We are talking about the top 5 point guards of all time. Yeah. Look, I told you, we gonna go hard or we gonna go home. Listen, we going all the way in. This is the second episode. We talk about the top 5 PGs of all time. We ain't playing no games, Will.
All time.
All time. Look, some of y'all, I'm telling you, I know I got one that's gonna mess all y'all heads up.
Let's go.
All right. So with that being said, I just want to kind of tap in. And one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of throw in this point guard criteria, right? And I want everybody to understand, like, what just mine. This is my criteria. So, you can throw stone. But I'm telling you, I did this thing at a high level. I watched it at a high level, and I know what winning point guards do. But this is the criteria that we're going to break this thing down for, Will, when we kind of just talking back and forth, all right? The number one thing that we'll talk about is the scoring ability.
Okay.
All right, scoring ability. Obviously, a really good point guard, elite point guard, has to be able to make the defense pay for any kind of mistake they make, right? Yeah. And so that's being able to be efficient, not just scoring, but scoring that thing efficiently, right? So, not shooting 20% from the field.
Get him out the game.
Get him out the game, hijacking the game, man, right? So I'm talking about somebody that can really put the ball in the basket at a high clip and make the defense pay every time they make a mistake. All right. 2, playmaking ability. Right. Point guard equals playmaker.
Gotcha.
Point guard equals playmaker. An elite point guard have excellent court vision, passing skills, able to create scoring opportunities for the teammates. How can you orchestrate? Right? I'm talking about you have to be a maestro. You know the maestro that got the little thing?
With the orchestra.
Yeah, with the orchestra. And he got a little wine, and he got his other hand, and he's controlling the whole orchestra. That's what the point guard is. How do you make your teammates better?
Gotcha.
You got to be an enlarger. Can you enlarge your team? Watch. When you come to a team, do people get better? Or do you take... You know what I mean? Do you take the air out the crew? Out those guys. So listen. So scoring ability, playmaking ability. A point guard is a playmaker. 3, ball handling. You gotta have that thing on the string. You gotta have that thing on the string.
Man.
That's and what I mean by that is being able to really handle that thing. Pitch it ahead and being able to transition from a dribble to a shot, from a dribble to a pass. I mean, like, you got to have that thing on the string. 4, defense.
Always win championships.
And I'm gonna boast a little bit. I ain't boasting in me, but I'm boasting this God I serve, man. Yeah. Look, I know a thing or two about championships. I got 6 of them. Next episode I might bring all 6 of my championship rings. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
And I might do an episode where I just kind of talk about what each of them championships mean to me at each junction of my life.
If we do that, can we get a key player from each one of them too?
Ooh, We can do that.
Let's get it. Let's get it popping, man.
We can do that.
Best podcast in America right now.
We will do that.
Let's go.
Straight like that. 5, leadership. We talked about being a point guard on and off the court, being a leader on and off the court. We talked about that person should be a natural leader, able to effectively communicate with his players, with his coaches. Man, listen, y'all, we got some good stuff in store for y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. Look, 6, basketball IQ.
Ooh.
We talked about 2 acronyms last time: TSS, time, score, situation, and then KYP, know your personnel. We talked about those 2 things, right? Great point guards have the IQ to make those things happen. 7, clutch performances. We going there. Do you have ice in your veins, Mr. PG? And I hope the young generation watching this, man, I'm telling y'all, listen, you're going to become 2 plays ahead when you finish watching. That's a good point. You're going to be 2 plays ahead when you finish watching each of these episodes. I'm trying to tell you something. Clutch performances, all right? You got to be able to perform when the lights is on. And last but not least, and I really don't want to camp here too much, because if you're not careful, the game could get really messed up. Accolades and awards and accolades. Because here's why I don't want to camp here. You can get to a point when like you so focused on getting an award or accolade that you don't win.
Come on now.
But you got all the awards, but you're not winning.
Yeah.
Or you might win, but you can't win the big. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I give you one example, and this is not an example of a team, of a point guard, but of a team. The Warriors. Remember when they wanted to break the record for the most wins?
Yep.
Man, like the emphasis of the season became that, and not to win. And ultimately, they didn't win. You know what I mean? They got to the championship.
Yeah, they got 4.
But they didn't win. Because when you start focusing on the accolades and the awards, man, you feel like the beauty of the game. You stop having fun. Man, look, that's a whole episode right there. You stop having fun. The game not fun. People don't like watching you no more. It's a lot. So we don't want to camp too much on the accolades and the awards, but we're gonna go there. Any questions about the criteria?
Man, I'm loving it. I'm amped
eight
up.
things.
I'm ready.
All right. Man. All right. So before we even get into this thing, yo, I just wanna say, I really believe that the state of basketball, we are in a position where positionless basketball is really popular right now, which is cool. And it forces, and I think it's good for the game of basketball, but I think somewhere along the lines, we do have to figure out how to allow the game to keep its nature of the true PG.
Yeah.
Because I think what happens is when we put ourselves on a bigger platform, we begin to kind of look average. Like I was looking at, if we don't have somebody that can command the charge and take the charge, man, we might really struggle. We might really struggle because we don't have a true PG to really make this thing work. And I was looking at I'm gonna go back here. I was looking at the USA team, the people that's confirmed already, that's gonna play this year. Man, obviously all them dudes can hoop. All them dudes are nice. All them dudes in the NBA, they're the best in the world. But like when you start talking about I'm used to seeing like superstars on that team. And there's only a couple superstars on that team, and there's only a couple stars on that team, and then the rest of them is like, man, that's the future, but they're not that right now. You know what I mean? And so we gotta start figuring that piece out. So that being said, the true PG, and I'm gonna start with the honorable mentions.
Okay.
Well, honorable mentions.
Who we got?
First honorable mention, I gotta talk about this young man. I love watching him play. He's a winner. Right now he is, I want to say, number 1 or 2 in career assists in John Stockton.
Okay.
I think John Stockton was one of those generals that, he wasn't gonna hurt you, but he would, he was gonna help you, but he wasn't gonna hurt you. And every time you made a mistake, he was gonna make you pay, right? So I got Karl Malone. I could throw the ball to him. You bet not help.
Yep.
I'm gonna relocate, and if you don't put your hand up, this is going in. Right. Also, he did a great job of just finding guys that made people really, really good. I think he had Ostertag. He had Karl Malone. He had Russell. Yeah, you know what I mean. He had some pieces.
Yeah, he had some pieces.
Hornacek. Hornacek used to shoot that thing, man.
Yeah, he was about that.
What? But look, nobody think about it, man. Look, 2 white dudes in the backcourt, and they was cooking.
Unheard of. Unheard of right
look,
now.
It was in the finals.
Unheard of.
What? 2 white dudes. Look, man, and you know how it is, man. You playing. Let's say you go to the gym. You like, man, look. You know how it is. Man, you better not come check me. I'm about to get, man, them dudes giving people the blues.
I seen that one time, man. Shout out to Summer Leagues at Crescent City. Men's Summer League.
Yeah.
I seen some white dudes one time, EJ, crossing half-court line, shooting trees up.
Letting it go.
Guess what? We had to play them the next game. That was the first game. So, you try to get to the gym early to see everybody. So that was the first game. We had them in game 2. Our whole plan that whole second game was the foul. Oh, we fouling. Oh, nah, dog. You ain't about to get off on me like that. You ain't about to be coming half-court.
Man.
White dudes shooting trees like that? Oh, nah, man.
Nah.
We got to foul them.
We going to foul them.
We got to foul them. We got to check your heart. And them boys had heart, and guess what? They end up winning the game, too. They beat us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they beat us.
Yeah. Because I think at some point, like, when you start thinking about communities, and I go here, when you start thinking about communities, like, when we came up playing outside.
Yep.
So, we had a lot of different things that stopped us from having a really good jump shot. Mm-hmm. You playing basketball and the wind blowing.
You got to adjust. It's math now.
You know what I mean? You playing basketball and you on a double rim. You know what I mean? Yeah. You like, man, I'm trying to win, so I'm going to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so when you playing at the parks, because we ain't have many gyms. Yeah. Right? So I really want to have a call to action, to Nord and to all the different recreations, and not just in New Orleans, not in Louisiana, but everywhere. Man, we need more places for our kids to be able to have outlets to play, and not just outside, because it rains or it's cold and it snows. I think outside is great. I think outside is a great alternative, but ultimately I think that we got to get to the point where, like, our kids have outlets, and I think that's why a lot of our kids get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, they got a great place in Atlanta. I forgot what it's called. It's like open run something. And they got gyms in there all day, and it's 24-hour runs all day.
They actually franchise, yeah.
They did?
They do a franchise.
Okay. We need one in Louisiana.
We need one ASAP.
Yeah, we need them in Texas. We need it in Houston. We need it in Dallas.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something we'll talk about off air.
Oh, man, for sure. Yeah. Because our kids need something to do, man. And I don't care if it's football. I don't care if it's soccer. I don't care if it's baseball. They need to be a part of something. They need to, because everybody ain't going to be basketball players. Yeah. Everybody ain't going to be football. They need to feel like they're a part of something. I don't care what it is, man. We need to bring back, teaching them woodwork.
Yeah.
Teaching them how to be mechanics.
Yeah.
They need to be able to do something. And I think that's why a lot of our kids are venturing to the other side, because they don't have anything. And the things that they do have, we don't do a great job of marketing.
Wow.
I'm gonna just throw this out there. Sean Dumas Academy put 16 kids in college this year.
Let's go.
And nobody know about it. Nobody know about it. But if those 16 kids were to commit a crime, they would have had a whole crew of newscat. I'm gonna be quiet right quick. All right. So, but we gotta figure it out. But it's different when you grow up and you have outdoor courts versus, like, I give you an example. The only time when I was coming up, the only time I ever was in the gym is when I had practice. I never had a gym close to me. I didn't have a gym close to me. I didn't have a ride. I had a ride, but it was hard to get there. You know what I mean? If I did, because it was so far. the cards that you dealt kind of play a role in, like, sometimes your skill set and the things that you could do really, really well. You know, whereas if you're in a gym and you're able to shoot in the gym, you're able to know how to make a shot in the gym. You know what I mean? And so you grow up, and, you know, a lot of your African American teams, they're really good at pressing and getting to the goal. You know, and a lot of your more wealthy teams, they do a good job of shooting the basketball. And it's not ironic. It's the fact that they have more access to gyms and they can get there because they have the capital to do so.
Man, as you talk, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking that a lot of the attributes that you named in the environments that we come from, I can see why a lot of point guards come from where we come from. Because the same stuff that you named and the character that they built, that's the attributes of a point guard.
Yep.
It shows you how to play defense.
Yep.
It shows you how to make sure everybody else on your team eating. It shows you how to make sure you take the charge because you got to take one for the team. I think that's why our environment creates a lot of point guards.
That's good stuff, man. I'm thinking about that too. Also, you know, when you playing in this outside and it's 97 degrees and you got like 20 guys that's playing and all these dudes got winners and everybody trying to win, because if you lose, then you got to be on the sideline for a little while, you know. And so then the old head say, man, when you get to the goal, if they help, I'm open. You better kick it. You playing with the old heads. You know what I mean? You better kick it. You better kick it. And so I think the old heads really taught us how to play basketball the right way.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to the old heads that's still in the park. I need to see more. I'm about to start driving around and see who in the park, man. I'm about to take a camera and we're gonna go viral just doing that. Next, Steve Nash. Steve Nash, my guy, man. Look, Steve Nash, I studied Steve Nash a lot, man. I think he did a great job of being a playmaker, and there was just not much you can do with him on the court, man. Like, he was just that dude for real.
Yeah.
He was just that dude. Like, I mean, he made everybody better. He shot the ball well. He knew where his shots came from. He knew the game. He knew what the opponents was gonna do for him. You know, to try to stop him. I think Steve Nash was amazing, man. I really wanted Steve Nash to be on my top 5, but a couple things just kind of, and I'm gonna go there when I go there. Oscar Robertson, got to put Oscar there. All right. Gary Payton, the glove.
Honorable mention.
The glove. Honorable mention. The glove. Man, he just did it. Man, first of all, he was the best crap talker.
Still is.
You know what I mean?
I seen him on the pod the other day going off.
Really?
Yep.
Man, look. GP was that dude for real. GP did a great job, man. Of, like, you know, he just had that. He had that tenacity, that nature, man. And, like, man, however he kind of came, his guys came with him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And when you got a point guard that's tough like that, man, it's hard. It's hard for everybody else not to take on his personality. You know what I mean? And you look, and that's the way I think about, like, even like the way I coach. Like, that's the kind of, I would consider myself being like a GP, focus on the defensive side. You know, get my guys open and I can score whenever I need it to be. You know, and I think when you coach that way, or when you that way, man, it's easy for your guys to really take on that personality. They could take on that persona, and man, you'll be hard to beat. You know, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose. And I had to put Derrick Rose in it right now because, man, like, what he did to the point guard position, he did some stuff that we never seen. He revolutionized the point guard position. He made it really entertaining, a different way, right? Like, like the way he flew in the air, the way that he was a scorer for his point guard, but like he was a point guard that didn't really shoot it particularly well. He could shoot it, but his ability to get in that lane and and just like play above the rim just changed the whole culture, man. That's what he bred a whole generation of this whole generation probably. Man, let me
They're attacking.
Man, they are attacking. I'm thinking about that one time when D Rose went to the goal, man, and he cocked that sucker back and then dunked it backwards. I'm thinking about another time when he put it behind his head and dunked on somebody.
Yep.
I want to know who. I'm gonna go look at who he dunked on. I forgot who it was he dunked on. He dunked on him so hard, man. Like, but that was just, it was so entertaining because like you used to a 2 or a 3 or a post player doing something like that, not a point guard. That was just crazy to me. Explosive, right? Russell Westbrook.
Yep.
Y'all just gonna have to throw stones at me. Russell Westbrook is honorable mention for me. He's a big time point guard that did some things for the basketball game. He's a winner. He has that same, I want to say, Gary Payton toughness. He defends at a high level. Obviously, you would want him to be a little bit more efficient scoring the ball. But I mean, I think that there was a time when he really got it. Mm-hmm. What you think about that?
Yeah. I like Russ, man. Russ. It's hard not to put Russ in the top 5 just from where we sitting at right now, seeing him on the back end of his career and what he's done. And triple-double whole season. Like, that's, come on now. Like,
the only other person that did that point guard was Oscar.
He also on the honorable. So yeah, I can see him being on the honorable. It's just tough. He got to be around 6 or 7, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Just for what he did with the game, man. And I just hope on the back end of his career somewhere he actually has the opportunity to win.
Yeah, man.
To win one.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
He put work in.
He helped the NBA when the NBA needed him.
Oh, man, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. My last honorable mention I'm going to talk about before we get into the top 5. LeBron James. LeBron James, for me, is an honorable mention point guard. What? LeBron James is an honorable mention point guard. He is a playmaker. All of the attributes I said of a point guard, LeBron James do it. You can't fight me on this. You can't argue me on this. He's one of the best passers we ever seen. He's one of the best readers we ever seen. And he can orchestrate. Man, listen, I wish I had film and I'll show y'all film. Listen, LeBron is an honorable mention point guard. Some people are going to say, well, LeBron plays small forward. Well, they created the term point forward because of LeBron James' ability to be a point guard. The NBA just wasn't ready to to change that thing a little bit. But, man, LeBron James is honorable mention point guard for me. I'm telling you, he read ball screens just like a point guard. He come off ball screens like a point guard. He know how to read the defense like a point guard. He got the awards and the accolades. Don't tell me, don't. He's a playmaker, man. And here's the thing. I rock with Bron a lot too, man. But here's the thing. People always try, people give him a hard time. Oh man, he should have shot this shot, and that's fine. But he was making the right play. So at what point, we talk about time score situation, knowing your personnel. At what point do we begin to reward people for not making good decisions?
Yep.
If I'm at the elbow and I got one of the best shooters in the league in the corner, why not pass him the ball?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Jordan did it with John Paxson. Jordan did it with Steve Kerr. So why we crucify LeBron for doing it? Because in sports, if I make this pass and he make it, that was the best read. I'm the best, this, that, and the third. But if I make this pass, it could be a perfect pass. If he missed the pass or he missed a shot, then all of a sudden, I'm not that good. I'm not. I don't have that dog in me, man. Listen, I done seen LeBron have dog against the best of them. Against the best of them. Nah. And I'm going here. Now, this coming from somebody that was a big LeBron critic. I was a big LeBron critic. Mm-hmm. But I've just been studying just him, his game, and what he's done for basketball. And not only in basketball, but the community, he's second to none. LeBron James is second to none. He is the model athlete. Notice I ain't say basketball player. He's the model athlete. And I'm about to go further than that. He's the model person. Because think about it. He's kind of keeping himself out the public in a negative light. I ain't saying, you know, I don't know his lifestyle, but what I am saying is, Brian has done an amazing job of making sure that he's a really good father.
Yep.
He's made sure that he's respected his wife, and he's made sure that he's shown up. You know, Brian play.
Mm-hmm.
He's a professional as a whole.
I totally agree with you. That's why I was being quiet, because I wanted that to go viral. So we got endless amount of clips right there. Look, they're going to be in the comments on that LeBron stuff, man.
Man, LeBron James is a top 10 point guard of all time.
That's crazy. In a good way.
Y'all gonna have to just get mad at me. But you can't debate this with me. You can't debate this with me. You can't debate. You know, and so what I'm thinking about is, before we get into the top 5, what I'm thinking about is, like, you know, how does this help the game? Like, how does this help, like, you know, having people that understand, like, how to be professional. We talking about LeBron James being professional. Mm-hmm. You know he's gonna be there on time. Man, look, one of my good friends, I call him my brother, man. That's my brother, DJ Augustine. Mm-hmm. Man, he talk about how LeBron James, like, you know, most people, they come in the league, coaches have scout reports, different things like that. LeBron knows the scout report. Like, he studies the scout report on top of the studying that he do himself. Wow. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that Kobe did. That's the stuff that Jordan did. Like, he knows percentages. He know, like, man, if he get the basketball and he's wide open, and this guy right here, I'm going to let him shoot it because he's shooting at 20% from the field. Wow. So I'm going to stay right here in the gap and just bluff at him. That's stuff you can't teach, man. That's stuff you can't teach. And then you start wondering, like, why are you so great? He's a professional. He going to get there before. Going to be the last one to leave. Spend over $1 million on his body.
Every year. And
you wonder why, you know, he's always one of the top players in the league. Think about it. One of the top players in the league. LeBron James is so great because he sees the game like a point guard. He always 2 plays ahead. You cannot stop a playmaker. I think some of the best games that I had as a point guard was my slower games, right? Games I kind of started off where I ain't score a whole lot in the beginning of the game, but then you look up, got 19, 20 points, you know, 9, 10 assists, 7, 8 assists, you know, 4, 5 steals, you know, 6, 7 rebounds with a dub. And you start thinking about, like, man, like, you start getting to, like, think about sometimes this year. Man, some games, man, Brian had 2, 4 points in the first half, and all of a sudden he finished with like 30. Like, man, what happened? Mm-hmm. True point guards know how to pick the game apart right here. True point guards know how to get guys going so that they can find their spots. I know the spots I need to get to. I know what spots I need to get him to because I know what he does well in this game. Professionalism. That's the part that people don't want to teach us about. Man, think about, they got so many dudes, man, that find their way out the league because they're not professionals. They got so many kids that's in college that miss out on opportunities because they're not professional. They got so many kids in high school that's not playing basketball, not playing any sport because they're not professional. Think about it, yo. You know, and it's easy to get caught up in, like, oh man, sports is a reflection of life. Sports is a reflection of life. The things that you learn in sports, you should be able to apply to every aspect of your life. You should be able to apply the things that you learn, the work ethic, all the things that you learn, not giving up, not quitting, tenacity, working hard, hustling, to every aspect of your life. Your faith, being a good son or a daughter, being a good sister or a brother, being a good friend. You can apply that to every area of your life. And that's how you be a professional. That's how you be a professional. You take these principles that you've learned and you apply them to every area of your life. So now you can't tell me that you can't be a good student. That just means you're going to have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you can't. Think about it. Don't tell me you can't be a good student. I wasn't the greatest student, but I just realized I had to work a little bit harder. They got some people that just get it. Like, they can hear it one time and they got it. I was like, man, God, I won't be like that. But they're just not me. But I realized that's not me. I got to work a little bit harder. And nothing wrong with that. I'm not different. I'm not bad. I'm not, nothing's wrong with me because I got to work a little bit harder, And LeBron's one of those guys that just work a little bit harder. And you see the results, And I say that, man, because what people don't realize is how much pressure it is on people of this caliber to perform. Like, they got life they dealing with. They got real stuff they dealing with. They got family they dealing with. They dealing with everything just like everybody else. But they still elite. And that's what separates you. How do you handle circumstances? How do you handle trial? How do you handle, when things are not going well for you? Are you still a professional in those times? You got to figure that out. Let's get to the top 5.
Let's go.
Let's go, man. Sitting at number 5 for me. And it was hard for me it was a toss-up between this person and Steve Nash. But the thing that really separated Steve Nash and this guy was an NBA title and a 9-time all-defensive selection. We talking about Jason Kidd, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Kidd is at number 5 for me.
Wow.
Jason Kidd is at number 5 for me. Every team that Jason Kidd's been on, he made somebody better. He made somebody better. I mean, and he just did an unbelievable job. Even towards the end of his career, he knew he wasn't as athletic as he used to be. So he got guys involved, and whenever the defense would help off, he was able to knock down jump shots. He was able to make the defense pay. He was a floor leader. He was a general. Look, 10 All-Stars, 5 All-NBA first-team selections, second of all time in assists. 87th in scoring. Second of all time, not just in assists, y'all, but also in steals.
Yo, he getting it.
He was an liability. So watch this. Why I think that Steve Nash was a better offensive basketball player. I thought that Steve Nash offensively had he took the crown there, but I think what kind of separated the two is we talk about defense win what?
Championship.
And he got one. You know what I mean? He got one. All right. Number 4. Before, I think at one point, this was my favorite player to watch, period. That's my man, Chris Paul.
Hey, CP3.
CP. At 6 feet tall, he did some things that we've never seen done, including dunking on Dwight Howard. Dunked on Dwight Howard. 11 all NBA selections, 12 All-Stars, 7 all defensive first teams.
That's a big stat. Say that stat again.
7 all defensive first team.
First team. Wow. That's at the point guard position too?
At the point guard
You
position.
playing some dogs every game.
Dogs. First team.
Because after the second team, after the second time you the first team, everybody trying to come at you now.
Put some respect on his name. Oh, he ain't win a championship. Put some respect on Chris Paul's name, man. Put some he number 4 for me. And 3rd all-time in assists. 4th all-time in steals. 39th all-time in scoring. Come on, man. Mm-hmm. He figured out how to be the ultimate playmaker. Now, some people will say, well, towards the end of the career, he started manipulating the stat sheet. I don't care. Chris Paul, his impact on the game, what he has, 10 points, 30 points. Chris Paul imprint is on the game at all times. Whether it's on the defensive side, whether it's him scoring the ball, him getting his guys involved, and every team he's been on, they were what? Winners. Mm-hmm. They ain't win it, but they were winners.
The 2 point guards you to name, Jason Kidd and Chris Paul. J Kidd, my favorite J Kidd team, was not actually the team he won the championship on. It was the Nets team with Kmart, Richard Jefferson, Kerry Kittles, young Kerry Kittles, man. Shout out to New Orleans, man.
St. Aug, baby. We purple.
So you know how it is, man. Like them teams, they had a different edge to them.
Yeah.
So like that was my favorite Jason Kidd team, not the one that actually won the championship. And then CP, my favorite team for CP was actually with New Orleans.
Yeah.
When they was throwing them lobs, the Crescent City Connection.
The Crescent City Connection.
You know, and they had Pager in the corner. You know what I'm saying? I know they gave Pager that big deal, and he didn't really do what he was supposed to do. That's why they didn't really win a championship.
Yeah.
But Chris Paul that year, David West, Tyson Chandler.
Unreal, man.
Bruh, like that was...
Unreal, man.
He helped groom J.R. Smith.
And you know,
like people forget about that.
Man, listen. People forget about it completely. Completely forget about it. And I mean, like what he did for New Orleans, New Orleans basketball was like we've never seen a superstar that caliber do like in the way he resonated with the fans. Like it was just crazy, man. He did an unbelievable job, man. I hated to see him go. You know, and I worked out a few times with CP, man. CP, stand-up guy, also a professional. You know, he bought his business though. So, you know, if you supposed to be doing something, you better do it. And that's the beautiful thing about a point guard, because he'll call you on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, hey, you got your 1,000 shots up? No? Why not? Why? Because I'm thinking like a point guard. I'm driving to the goal. I'm 6 feet tall. They double me. I need somebody to knock that shot down. Because if they don't, then they can double me. It make my game so much harder. You see what I'm saying? Chris Paul, ladies and gentlemen.
I got to ask the coach a question.
Okay.
Can you see Chris Paul as a fit with the Los Angeles Lakers trying to win the championship next year?
No. Okay. The only reason why is because Chris Paul's a point guard and LeBron. You know what I mean? And so Chris Paul is not a catch and shoot guy. I think LeBron needs a guy like that can come in, that can score it a little bit, but that can like run the offense, get him the ball, and let him kind of point guard from the 3-point line or point guard from the mid post. And that can be a guy that don't need the ball a lot, but they can catch it and shoot it whenever they give him the ball. I think he needs somebody that can shoot the ball, you know, that can kind of play that role.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Who would that look like though? Who would that look like? Dame Lillard? Nah, but Dame Lillard need the ball in his hand a little bit too though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
I think somebody game gonna have to give, like what you always talk about being a team sport and how everybody having a piece to fit.
Yep.
I think the situation for all of these players that you just talked about, LeBron, CP, and another point guard, Dame Lillard.
Yep.
I think somewhere in there, the game gonna have to give something.
Yeah.
To help win that championship next, because they so not really ball dominant, but they IQ level so high to where they might need to take a step back and let somebody else IQ be ahead of theirs.
And see, that's the scary part, because like you got to be willing to do that, and you got to think about winning more than you think about your next contract. Who's there yet? You know, I could see Dame having some success though. Dame shoots the ball really well. I could see Dame having real success with LeBron. But Dame just signed.
They would have to trade for him.
Yeah, they'll have to trade. Yeah. So, but I think Dame would be the only person I can kind of see that can kind of fit that mold. Yeah, because LeBron, you know, even though LeBron don't need the ball, but I think that you need somebody that can kind of create a little bit, and then you need somebody that can really shoot it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Number 3, Isaiah Thomas, the babyface assassin. The babyface assassin. I'm talking about the guy that'll smile at you and take the ball from you in the same breath. I'm talking about the guy that'll take candy from a baby and won't even ask if he okay, but he'll be smiling. I'm talking about Isaiah Thomas. I'm talking about two NBA titles, 1 Finals MVP, ninth all time in assists, 17th in steals, 67th in scoring. Isaiah Thomas, man. Isaiah Thomas, he did a great job, man. And like, you know what I like? Like, think about Jordan, man. Like, Jordan was Jordan. Mm-hmm. And he had his guys so souped up that they wasn't scared of him. Give me that guy on my team.
Yeah.
Give me that guy on my team. I mean, think about it. Nobody on the Pistons was scared of Jordan. And Jordan was killing every... Man, I can only imagine how Jordan opponents was sleeping that night. Like, man, I'm going to try to get buku rest, or, man, Jordan going to kill me. You know what I mean? They wasn't scared of him. That's the kind of point guard I want.
Yeah.
Man, Jordan tied shoes just like mine. He put his socks and shoes on just like... Man, give me that point guard any day. Because it's one thing for you to do that and to have that outlook on things, but for you to have your guys feeling the same exact way, man, that's special. That's special.
Yeah.
I mean, we still talk about that to this day. They had the Jordan rules. I mean, like, and still to this day, they still got their little riffs and stuff like that, but like, he ain't afraid. He ain't backing down. That's the kind of point guard you want. That's why he in my top 3. That dude, man. Finals MVP too. Man, he that dude.
Is Isaiah Thomas the one that Jordan didn't want on the Dream Team?
Yes. My point. Look. Listen. Case closed. Jordan, I respect you. You're an amazing basketball player, blah, blah, blah. But I ain't scared of you. I think he was one of the first dudes to really be like that. And he got his guys like Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman. Mm-hmm. Man, them dudes were really the bad boys, man. Mm-hmm. They were really the bad boys for real. They had a name. They got a name off not being afraid of the greatest guy, the greatest basketball player at that time. That's crazy, EJ. EJ, that's crazy. They wasn't afraid of him. The point guard had a lot to do with that. The point guard is the guy that makes his guys go. He had them going.
Yeah.
2 titles, man. 1 Finals MVP. Isaiah Thomas, number 3. A lot of people gonna tell me Isaiah probably should have been higher, and I ain't. We ain't going there. Number 2.
Let's go.
Now we about to get into this thing. Number 2. I gotta go with my man, Magic Johnson.
Ooh.
All the Lakers fans gonna throw it at me. All the Lakers fans gonna throw it at me. How you gonna have Magic at number? Listen, 5 titles.
Yep.
3 Finals MVPs. 3 MVPs. 12-time All-Star selection. 9 all for NBA first teams. Oh my God, man. 6 in assists. 22nd in steals, 83rd in scoring, 146th in rebounding.
6'9".
6'9". Magic Johnson. There's a reason why he's number 2 though, because obviously he was number 1 at one time. Mm-hmm. But I do think towards the end of his career, I do think that we seen for the time. You know what I mean? And I think we seen for the time when and everybody that we kind of had on the list. Mm-hmm. But I think let me focus on Magic's career though first. Let me focus on the amazing things that Magic was able to do. He revolutionized the game of basketball. We never seen a 6'9" point guard.
Never.
And I think that inspired the LeBron James. You know what I mean? 6'9" point guard, flashy. Very, very good with the basketball in his hand. Knew how to make guys better. a winner. And we talked about how, yeah,
High IQ.
high IQ, high IQ. You know, he commanded the charge because he made them guys go. He made his guys go. Think about it, man. He made everybody on his team go. Any given day, it could be anybody. It could be James. It could be, he can make anybody go. And I think that's the special part. He can make anybody on his team go. All right, decide y'all playing me? All right, well, this guy about to get off. Oh, you going to play me this way? Oh, he going to get off. Oh, you going to play me this way? My turn. Man, when you, like, when defenses are playing you and you are a willing passer because you're a playmaker, it's so hard to stop you. Watch this. And when you are a willing passer, it's so hard for your teammates not to play hard for you.
Yeah.
It's hard. Man, I'm going to run through a brick wall for him. Like, all my teammates that I played with, they'll run through a brick wall for me. Because they know you open, you get in the rock. You do what you're supposed to do, you're going to shine. We going to shine. We going to have this shine together. Look, your dime and one. Let's go. We going to celebrate it. Man, watch this. You know what I mean? Loose ball, I'm going to dive on the floor, get you a dime. Go get you a dunk, big dog. Man, who not going to go hard for that person? Now watch this. Next time you see that loose ball and I'm not by it, he is. Guess what he going to do? Dive on the floor for it because I did it first. I'm the point guard. You know what I mean? I sat at the table and I made sure my guys were fed and they're gonna follow suit, man. They're going to follow suit. Man, Magic was just showtime for real. What he did to basketball was just crazy. He made basketball showtime.
Yeah.
Man, he made people, man, like, I wonder how much money he made the NBA. I want to go and look at that.
Yeah, man.
Just that team, that Lakers group. You know? And I think he still has some left in the tank. I think he probably could have, if he wouldn't have, he would have, man, I think he would have been higher than 6 in assists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, he would have been higher than 6. You couldn't do nothing with him.
Yeah.
He's 6'9".
And he had at least 5 more years.
At least.
At least 5 more years.
You know what I mean? At least 5 more years. So, when people start telling you, like, man, like, when people start talking about how revolutionized the game, I mean, like, man, like, I remember when I was really, really young, though. But, like, if you didn't watch one of those games, you felt like you missed something. Mm-hmm. And that's those feelings I get when I watch. You know what I mean? I think about Magic and I still feel like man, if I'm watching one of his games, I'm tuned in. I'm gonna watch the game. Like if I make a mistake and put on one of the old games, I gotta watch it, man. That dude was really that dude. He was really that good. Watch this. But he didn't shoot the ball particularly well. But he was a playmaker. He knew what he was good at. He knew where his spots was. He got to him. And there was nothing you can do to stop him. Look, somebody was telling me, they was like, man, Chris Paul, you send Chris Paul left and he gonna find, and he gonna find his way right. Or if you send Chris Paul left, he don't like to finish with his left. But you can't stop him. Chris Paul gonna get to any spot he want to, and you can't stop him. Magic Johnson, the same thing. You can't stop him because he get guys involved. So now you can't double team me because I can pass the ball really, really well. Yeah. You can't triple team me because I can see the floor. You know what I mean? And my guys are like, they ready, right? Think about like, some teams they play and guys pass out of necessity. Yeah. And so when you pass out of necessity, guys ain't ready. So you be like, man, why this dude missing shots? Because he's not necessarily ready to shoot it because he don't know if he's going to get it. But when you playing with guys like Magic and Chris Paul and Isaiah, man, the dudes was ready because they know if they open, they get in the rock. They ready. And so I think Magic just did a great job of just revolutionizing that point guard position. And it changed the NBA because, like, we went from a whole bunch of 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet, 6'1" dudes to, like, point guards 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", you know what I mean? 6'8", 6'9" point guards, Now we got 7 feet point guards and joke. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he changed. I think it all started with Magic.
Yeah. And even when thinking about the Showtime teams, man, they didn't have the best talent on those teams.
Nope.
Like, a lot of people say, yeah, it was the Lakers, it was Showtime. It was Magic.
Man.
And Showtime.
Man. Yes. Because who was his backup point guard?
No idea. They had cats like Byron Scott on that team.
But Byron played the two.
Byron played the two. But was Byron Scott top 10 at his position in the NBA?
No.
That's what
He
I'm
was
saying.
good. He was good. He was a really good role player, but he wasn't top 10 in his
He
position.
wasn't top 10.
You know, James Worthy. James Worthy was top 10?
I don't think at that point in his career he was.
You see what I'm saying?
It was Magic and the Lakers, to me.
Magic made magic. Magic made magic. Man, let's man. Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't no Showtime team. They were Showtime because of Magic. And even remember that after the incident, whatever happened, and then he came back for the All-Star game, how everybody watched it. That was must-watch TV.
Yep.
When Magic Johnson got to play that one All-Star game.
One All-Star game.
We all watched it.
Bro.
We was
Lil bitty. And we watched that. He changed it, man. He changed it, man. Like he changed basketball. He changed, like, what him and Jordan did was he made basketball, now obviously football, you know, in America's the end all be all. You know how Americans, they love basketball and baseball. I mean, football and baseball. But he put basketball in that conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean? He put basketball in that conversation. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, man. And what he did after basketball.
Man, still to this day.
Yeah.
Professional. Businessman. You know? Is he a billionaire?
I think so.
Number 2, Magic Johnson. Still point guard. Look, I said once a point guard, always a point guard. He's still point guarding after he finished point guarding. I'm preaching it better than y'all saying amen.
Amen.
My number 1, obviously, y'all ain't hear his name, so y'all know who I'm talking about. The great Steph Curry. Number 1.
All time.
Come on, throw it. Look, I'm looking in the camera. Listen, number 1 is Steph Curry of all time. 4 NBA titles. Finals MVP. I think it should be 2 Finals MVP. I think it should be 3 Finals MVP. I do think that Kevin Durant did deserve 1, but I thought Steph Curry deserved the other one. Mm-hmm. I'm going there. 2 unanimous MVPs. He was the first ever unanimous MVP. All NBA first team selections, 8 All-Star appearances, 47th in scoring, 56th in assists, 65th in steals. Stephen Curry is my number 1. Now, a lot of thought went into this with my number 1 and my number 2 picks. Because you asked me this question a couple years ago, then it's Steph Curry, then Magic. But the reason why Steph Curry got the edge for me is because Steph Curry is the very first point guard. Steph Curry is the very first superstar that we've watched that's gotten better as he's gotten older. I think that Steph Curry right now, and what he did last year, he played better than he did when he won those unanimous MVPs. Go back and watch. Go back and watch how he evolved from 2015 when he won a unanimous MVP to right now. I bet any money you guys are going to go back and say, yes, Steph Curry is better than he right now. Older, right, than he was back then. Tell me a superstar that did that. I want y'all, listen, I want you to hit comment sections. What's up? Tell me a superstar that got better as time went on. Nobody. So for that factor alone is what gave him the edge, because unfortunately we don't know how the real end of Magic's career would have went. We don't really know that. But when he was playing at his prime and at the peak of his career, he was obviously the best. But we don't know. We never seen Magic taper down. We never seen Magic. We never knew if Magic really was going, because his career had to abruptly come to an end. So for that matter alone, I have to give it to Steph Curry. Now, why Steph Curry? Oh, man, Steph Curry. Man, I'm going to say and I know we talked about this last time. Everybody would say, a lot of people would say Steph Curry's a score first point guard, this, that, and the third. Steph Curry's a willing passer. And that's what makes him so dangerous. Because if Steph Curry was just a guy that just looked for his shot, then, I mean, he'll be, I would say, equivalent to a Dame Lillard, right? But because he's a willing passer, and really and truly, man, he was blessed to be around a really good support system, a really good organization as well. That's what made him elite, right? Teams double team him, and he passes the ball. He's not extra dribbling. He's not crab dribbling. He's not trying to spin move him. He's not trying to, man, as soon as he see the double team, he's passing the ball and he's moving without the ball. It's textbook basketball.
Yeah.
It's textbook basketball.
Yeah.
I pass the ball, and okay, this guy's face guarding me. I'm not just going to stay still. I'm going to go and set a screen and get somebody else open. That's selfless basketball. And although I don't get that assist, but my team know that I aided us in getting that wide open dunk. Man, you know, why you think Draymond Green's so appreciative of him? That dude about to be a Hall of Famer. Put Draymond Green on any other team. He's always gonna be good. Dre, don't, you know, I ain't. But think about it. Is he a Hall of Famer? You want any other team?
I would say no.
So the ability for him to make his teammates better. Okay, let's go deeper. Klay Thompson, obviously, I would say top 3 shooter that ever touched the ball. Do he have the kind of career he has playing with another point guard?
No.
Do he score 60 points in 3 quarters playing with another point guard? Like, I don't think people realize it. When Steph Curry playing and he sees somebody get going, it's his mission to keep them going.
Real point guard.
Man, listen, that's a life thing right there. When your guy or your friend getting it, don't get mad at them. Don't get jealous at them. Man, keep them going. Let them keep. Keep doing it, man. I'm proud. Steph Curry is the epitome of that. But I don't care who it is. It could be Draymond. It could be Jordan Poole. Whoever it is, whoever got it going, it's his mission to make sure he makes sure they keep it going. Those games, you know, there's games when Steph have 14, 15 points. But Klay got 40. So why I'm gonna try to take 20 shots? Well, my boy got it. Let me collect these dimes. Yeah. Or let me set some screens to get him open. Or Draymond, find him. Come on, man. The epitome of a point guard. The epitome of being selfless. IQ. I think he do a great job of understanding the time and score situation. He's clutch. He's proven that. Obviously, the awards and accolades take care of itself. The performances that he's had. Listen, what people don't realize is Steph had games when he had like career highs and he only played 3 quarters. Because they were beating teams that bad that they sat out the whole 4 quarter. Think about it. We don't know what could have happened. Same thing with, you know, we're not talking about twos right now, but same thing with Klay. Man, them dudes be sitting down with 12 minutes left in the game. They third quarter, they did all this stuff in 3 quarters. That's video game stuff.
Unheard of.
Unheard of. So in my mind, I'm like, although he has the ability to erupt, man, he's still that guy that's making sure his guys get better. Iggy won a Finals MVP. Yeah, huh? Iggy won a Finals MVP. People can say whatever they want. That's cool. But Iggy know, and that's why those dudes have so much respect for him. You hear them talk about Steph, man, they have the utmost respect for him. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Iggy know. Man, like this dude, I had the career I had because his ability to be selfless. Think about it. He can hijack. Man, he do video game stuff. He can hijack the game whenever he want. But Iggy got a Finals MVP. I rest my case. When Kevin Durant got there, I'm going here. Kevin Durant got there. He could have tried to prove himself to be the best guy on the team, but I think that he became more impactful. He was still putting up crazy numbers while Kevin Durant was too. Nah. Oh, yeah, well, Kevin Durant was the best player on that team. You can say that. We can say that. But what I'm going to say is this. Kevin Durant came, and he still was Steph Curry. Before Kevin Durant came, he was Stephen Curry. And when Kevin Durant left, he was Stephen Curry.
Yep.
Nothing changed. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
I would like to see 1 year Steph Curry hijack a whole season. Because he could do it. He could do it. He would break the scoring record.
Man.
Whatever the scoring record is for a season, he would break it. Like, because he can do it. And he done built up now. His body done built up with a stamina. Like what you're talking about, how he grew over time.
Bro.
Like, I truly believe Steph Curry could play 40 minutes every game.
Man, listen. No lie to you. I think, I'm going right. I think that one of those games that he set out in the fourth quarter or half of the third in the fourth quarter, he probably could have put up 80, 90 points. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Listen, that dude, and once again, selflessness. I'm thinking about my teammates. I'm thinking about postseason. I'm thinking about my guys. Everybody feeling a part. I can be like, Coach, I want to keep breaking this record. I can say, man, I want my guys to get in here and get some. I want Sean Livingston to play. You know what I mean? I want Jordan Poole to get in rhythm. I want him to find his rhythm. I want Clay to find his rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He did it.
He did that. Steph Curry, to me, and I have to be proven otherwise, is the greatest point guard of all time because of those reasons, y'all. You know, I don't know how else to, I don't really know how else to really say it. So to sum it all up, I think that, you know, I want to hear what you guys got to say. I want to hear your top five because that's my top five, and I gave you my but I want to know what your top five is. I want to know really and truly, like, I want to know how you guys feel about Jason Kidd being in my top five. I want you guys to tell me how you guys feel about Magic Johnson being number 2 instead of being number 1. But I do know I gave you guys something to think about that nobody has ever brought up. Nobody's brought up the fact that his career came to an abrupt end and we never got a chance to really see, you know, what his game would evolve to. Or, you know, would taper off. But I do know Steph Curry is the point guard or the basketball player that we've never seen, you know, taper off, but instead he's gotten better as time went on. You know, he revolutionized the game, obviously. Man, I'm tired of going to gyms and everybody shooting these 3-pointers. Man, listen, everybody shooting these 3-pointers, you know, and it's a great thing and a bad thing. You know, you got some kids that can do it, you know, like Trae Young. Trae Young can do it, but, like, you can't do it at that clip, you know. But, shucks, man, you got these regular kids that don't even shoot the ball, don't work on their game, just trying to shoot the ball from anywhere. You got to work on that. You know what we need to do? We need to figure out how to find a way to show, maybe some video, like how hard them dudes work. And it's not just one day. Mm-hmm. It's every day of their life. And not just when they got to the league. I wish I can go back and find some film on Steph Curry when he was at Davidson, working on his game. I wish I can go back to find when Steph Curry was in high school when he worked on his game. Mm-hmm. Like, those shots that we see him make, he made that shot 1,000 times, probably before the game started. I don't know, Will, man. You know, I think the comment section gonna be popping today.
It is. It is. Give them the top 5 one more time so that we can have it all in a row.
Top 5. Jason Kidd. 4. Isaiah Thomas. 3. I'm sorry. 4. Chris Paul. 3. Isaiah Thomas. 2. Magic Johnson. 1, Steph Curry.
There it is. Coach Dumas. Top 5.
Top 5. I want to know what yours are. I want to know what your takes on it. Now, here's the thing, guys. We want to bridge the gap between basketball and life. You know, I wanna encourage you to be top 5. I want to encourage you to be top 5. I want you to really focus on being, point guards on and off the court. I want you guys to focus on being point guards in life. But ultimately, man, I want you guys to figure out how to become 1% better every single day. You know what I mean? And what we can do is we can be there for each other. Get you a team of people that's working towards the same things that you're working towards. That can give you some guide advice. I ain't say good advice, I say some guide advice, and that can help you along the way. That's gonna be happy for your accolades. You can be happy for the accolades, and guess what? We can move and we can be great together. Y'all feel me? And look, you guys have just tuned in to the 2 Plays Ahead podcast. This is episode 2. Man, I can't wait to start, bringing guests in so you guys can look. Will, no lie to you. Man, so many of my really good friends, man, been calling me. They're ready to make a guest appearance, and we about to make it happen, man.
Let's go, man.
I'm talking about like some big time guests.
Let's go, man.
Big time guests. And so I'm excited about it. I want you guys to really focus on being 2 plays ahead in everything that y'all do in life. Hey, you just watched episode 2. I can't wait to give you episode 3. Let's go.